I want to do this video on compounding interest, exponential growth, the snowball effect, and what those mean, not only just for YouTube, but life in general with success and what anyone wants to do. There's a lot of people out here that are struggling with finances and bills and food and the purpose of their life, and not understanding why people don't see their vision, or people don't believe in them, or how to manifest things. Compounding interest, exponential growth, the snowball effect, this is something very key to understand, not just with the YouTube channel, but anything that you do. So I'm going to start using the example of a restaurant. When people go to a restaurant, you'll have a group of people that'll be talking about it in a way like, dude, I just checked it out Yelp. This restaurant has 1,000 views. It has this many 5 stars, has this many positive reviews. So when people go to that restaurant, they have this psychological thing where they think that because other people ate at the restaurant, because other people reviewed it, then it must be good, or there must be something to it. Because clearly, if other people thought it was good, if other people gave it a thumbs up, then it has to be good. If it's a million 5 stars and 1 2 star, they're just like, well, 1 million people said it's 5 stars. So they just get psychologically programmed into thinking that that restaurant is just going to be so much better than every other restaurant. How do you know that, like, this head chef from New York at a fancy restaurant didn't move to California, started their own restaurant here, just opened last week, and they just haven't been open long enough, so they don't have any reviews. So you just go yourself, and you're just thinking, well, this must be a terrible restaurant. Someone would have reviewed it by now. Someone would have given it a thumbs up. Someone would have given it a 5 star. This is how people think. It's groupthink. It's by association of how other people viewed something. Other people gave their opinion on it, therefore it leads to further opinions on it. Not just with the restaurant thing, but the music industry, where whoever they promote, whoever owns a record label, who has the power to promote someone, make them famous, put them on a tour, whoever has the money, whoever has the influence, they could put whoever they want to on any tour, any radio station, and people around the world are just gonna be like, wow, I heard this guy on the radio. It must be good. You gotta be somebody if you're on the radio, or you gotta be somebody if you have this amount of Instagram followers, or whatever the case may be. But see, it's the promotion of that. It's the psychological, oh, other people agreed that this was good, but you don't even know, because say I own a record label that's super popular, mainstream. I could just place somebody in the position I want to place them. Say I'm the one with the power to decide who gets played on San Diego radio stations, whoever that person or group or whatever is. Say I'm the one who owns this massive record label with the promotion and the money to put behind people. So I can basically make whoever I want famous. I can make whoever I want to be the winner of that thing. Because people are just going to gravitate towards that kind of stuff. Oh, the following, the money, I heard this on this radio station. So it's all psychological. The restaurant thing, the music industry, knowing whether something's good or bad, people are going to take their opinion based off of other people's opinions, because they don't want to be the only one agreeing or the only one disagreeing. It's all group conformity. People don't want to be the off guy because they feel like they're going to be away from the group. So that psychology is going to be ingrained in every aspect of life. This is something that you've got to understand with anything that you do. So something like a YouTube channel. Out here in public right now, doing a vlog, you might look like a complete idiot. You're just talking to yourself into a phone, but people don't get that you're starting a YouTube channel. People don't get that you can, like, build a following, or someone can think the content's good. They just don't get it, because they would have already heard of you if you were any good. They would have already known the content was good. It would have been shown to them that there's something important about what's being said. And so people ask sometimes too, I'm not a huge YouTuber or anything. I mean, I'm just about to hit 2K subscribers, which I'm really excited about. It's a personal accomplishment for me. I started this channel back when I was 21, posted off and on and wasn't really consistent with it. But I knew at 21 when I started, I knew enough about the world and psychology and human nature. I was telling people at 21, everyone was saying, oh, this is the bar year, but let's go out and drink, let's go out and do whatever. So they don't get when you're at 0 subscribers, like confident about something. They don't get like, hey, I'm starting this channel. Because I know you don't start a YouTube channel at 21 to drive a Lamborghini at 22 and just have a full-time career. You start it to plant the seed, because no matter what it is that you do, you could be a gardener. And as a hobby, in your backyard, you plant fruits and vegetables. You could have some miracle fruit that cures every disease, every illness, and prevents every disease, prevents every illness for the rest of your life. You could have that fruit or vegetable in your backyard, and you're the only one in the world with it. If you post a YouTube video and you start a channel, a gardening channel, and you talk about it, if that's a brand new channel, you have 0 subscribers, 0 views, 0 likes, 0 comments. It might as well be a fruit that tastes terrible to other people, because clearly if you had anything that was good to say, other people would be agreeing with that. Other people would have already known that you were somebody talented. Other people would have already known psychologically, oh, this was somebody important to listen to, because it's that psychological group conformity factor. It's who else agrees with this? Who else buys into this? Who else thinks this is good, so that I don't look like the only loser agreeing that this is good? This is something that you have to understand no matter what the content is. You could post a YouTube video with 1 million subscribers and you could just say the sky is green, and if you have 1 million subscribers, it's going to get more views and more likes and more comments than you starting at 0 saying the sky is blue. And we can look up and we can see that it's blue. But if you don't have the social backing, if you don't have the proof to other people, it's going to get more support just for saying that it's green just because you have 1 million subscribers. That's just how it is. The restaurant thing. Oh, I'm gonna get food poisoning because this place has 6 reviews on Yelp. Well, like I said before, how do you know that the head chef from New York at some fancy restaurant didn't just move here to California and start his own restaurant here in California? You don't know that the food isn't good. You don't know that the restaurant won't have more reviews. You don't know that that's not going to be your new favorite spot, because you already have your spots in your head. Oh, this restaurant's been here for 30 years, thousands of reviews on Yelp, it's got 1 million 5 stars, 1 or 2 people gave it a 2-star. I know it's good. Same thing too. If something starts getting a bunch of negative press, if people start saying bad things about something, it gets into your head that, oh, maybe that is a bad thing, or maybe it's not very good. It's all psychological based on how other people view it. So not even just career-wise or something that you could do, whether it's the restaurant or the music industry, it could be relationships. You could be a guy with a lot to provide for a woman. You could go to a bar right now or wherever, a park, the beach. You can meet a group of women, start talking to them, and you could actually be in a place in your life to really provide something awesome for a woman. But if you go up to a group of 4 women, all the same age or similar age, and they're like the hangout group, the friend group that hangs out after they work their Monday through Friday job, and they all hang out on the weekends, or like the friend group from high school, friend group from college, or after school, whatever the case may be. You could go up to them, and if you're the guy that can provide something, like maybe you own a business, maybe you have residual income, you could take one of those girls and give her a better situation for you and her collectively. But because you're taking her away from that group, the other people, the other girls in her group are gonna feel a certain way about that, because they're used to being equals. They're used to being the bar group. They're used to complaining about their lives together, because at least they relate to each other. So here comes this guy, he's about to pull one away from the group. The other 3 of the 4, they don't like that, because they're gonna be left behind. They're gonna be the girls on a lower level seeing their friend find this high value dude, so they have to start saying negative things about it, like, ooh, I don't know about this guy, or I don't know about, I heard this, or like they'll just make something up. And so because it's the 4 of them, it's like the numbers game. So it's like 4 of them and 1 of you, so she's like, oh girl, like I don't know, that something, this guy gives me bad vibes, or so, they'll make something up. And because the numbers game is so prevalent in human psychology, people will believe it. So she'll actually start believing her friends, and she'll stay in that group. And then none of them do anything. They all have terrible relationships. They all have a terrible trajectory getting older because they're just listening to family and friends and people from school and people they work with, because it's a constant group conformity. They just go, these friends, these groups, these families, they go to a movie theater. Oh, I heard this movie's good. So-and-so said it was good. Oh, it has such and such actor. He's been in 20 movies that I've seen. I know it's good. So they'll take their $12 and they'll go willingly hand it to a movie theater, because it's just like, oh, this movie theater is already here. I've seen movies. I've seen these Hollywood actors that have been promoted to me my whole life. I've only ever known them as Hollywood actors, so it makes sense. Someone in their own community could be going to audition for a commercial and they don't get it because they think it seems fake. It's like, oh, your name's John. What do you mean you're auditioning for a commercial for a character named Jeff? You're not Jeff, you're John. That seems fake to me. But they'll go on Netflix, they'll go to a movie theater, and they'll pay their $12 for that because it's already established. That's already an actor. That's already a movie. I've been to this movie theater at this part of the town. It's all psychological. It's all how they already labeled something. So they're a group of people traveling to a different city. Hey, where do we eat tonight? Oh, let's check reviews. Let's check Yelp. Let's check TripAdvisor. Let's check whatever. They just go through the filters, and whether it's like the pricing or the rating filter, they go to some filter like rating. Let's see how other people rated this. So now they have a list, like say top 100 restaurants. Oh, number 1, thousands of reviews, a bunch of 5 stars. That looks good. Other people approved that that was good. So we're gonna go to that one. And that's just what it is. It's the compounding interest. It's the exponential growth. It's the, what was the other one I said? Compounding interest, exponential growth, and I forgot, but it's in the title of the video, and I will put that there. But that's what I'm saying, that it compounds off each other. So no matter what it is you're doing, whatever it is you're starting, at any age, you've got to understand that you could be the best at whatever, and if nobody else agrees, it's like you're the worst at it. So you've got to go through those years of being the loser before you're going to be the winner. You've got to start at the bottom before you're going to gain that traction. Same thing with like YouTube. It's just you're gonna have 0 subscribers, and you gotta have 1 before you have 2. You gotta have 17 before you have 96. You gotta have 317 before you have 965. You gotta have 10,000 before 12,082. And it grows exponentially because you're building your base. You're building what other people, okay, like this is at least something that's semi-good. And that's a real thing. A lot of people don't have the patience or the foresight to see that, and so they let these other people talk them out of anything they do. They'll be 50 years old and they're still letting people talk them out of things and like put down their level and think that they're not worth something. So as you go over time, you start building that base, it leads to even more success, because the more you grow, the more it leads to more growth, because someone's like, hey, this restaurant's good. I heard this other person said this restaurant's good. You got to understand that. Every human being is on the same level. Every human being has that equal worth, but that exponential growth, that compounding interest, and I'm blanking on that third one, but those are important, and it will be in the title of the video. I did say it in the beginning, but you got to start now.